Okay, Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Today my team and I from Group 12 are going to present on aluminium cookware. Okay, first is what is aluminium? Aluminium is basically the third most abundant metal in the earth crust because the first and second one is oxygen and silicon respectively. So the first box is the physical properties of aluminium. So aluminium has a silvery white surfaces. It is soft, non-magnetic and ductile, which means aluminium can be drawn into a thin wire. And then aluminium also is an amphoteric element, which means aluminium can react as both, which is as a base and also as a acid. And then aluminium also has a low density and able to resist corrosion through passivation. So passivation is a process to reduce the chemical reactivity on a surface. Okay, so we have three types of aluminium cookware. So the first aluminium. So these three types has the same function but different in the process of manufacturing, which means different process have a different quality. So the first one is the pressed aluminium. Pressed aluminium is made by shaping aluminium sheet between dies in a mechanical or hydraulic press. So this type of cookware is the cheapest one compared to the other two. However, it doesn't last long. For instance, if you are cooking something in a big portion, this is not the best choice because the handle cannot support the heavy weight. So the handle might become loose or completely fall off. And then this has the highest percentage of aluminum utensil manufactured, and also the taste of food becomes inferior because aluminum is highly reactive with acidic food such as vinegar, citrus, but the amount of aluminum leached into the food is minimal. Okay, secondly is the cast aluminum, which is the moderate quality. An aluminum alloy is melted by strong heating and then transferred to a casting mold. So satisfactory and worth the money that you spent on it. So manufacture in a slower, more costly process, high heat retention quality, which means you will take just shorter time to cook food and you can eat faster. And then cookware are less likely to warp or become out of round unless if you drop it on the floor, then it will break. The last one is the hard anodized aluminum. So aluminum undergoes an electrolytic passivation process used to increase the thickness of the natural oxide layer on the surface. So hard anodizing result from an electrochemical procedure. So this is the most preferable type, and since it's hard, non-oxidizing finish that doesn't stick and is resistant to scratching. So it doesn't matter for you if you are not using a wooden spatula because it's not scratched on the surface. And this is the most costly of all types, but it is well worth the money and food won't stick. It is simple to clean and it is lightweight. So if you want to cook a pancake, then this is the best choice to use.
Okay, how it is made? Aluminium disc is placed on a cylindrical stem through a mechanical pressure, repeated several times until the piece reaches the depth and the other characteristic required. Induction soldering is used to equip the pan with a bottom, a special mixture of metallic powder that form a solder paste is manually applied on each layer by the operators. Smoothing and thermal shocks with cool water and then is refined with a lead. Remove the excess and the imperfections created during the welding. Polish and setting, finishing. They remove any irregularity, refine and return flawless surface. Um, Handle are welded to the pot. Welding and handle resistance are essential for the pot.
Okay, now I'm going to explain about cooking with aluminium. So there are three rules that we should always follow when cooking with aluminium pots and pans. And the first one is that highly acidic foods such as lemons, limes, and vinegar, can wear on cookware over time, as a chemical reaction between aluminium metal and these acids will occur, releasing chemical substances into the food sometimes. Secondly, we do not need high heat to cook with aluminium pots and pans. This, if we do so, high heat can discolor the aluminium pans. There are several instances when this can happen, especially with high heat. Aluminium tends to change color from its black appearance to either a yellowish orange or red. And finally, we should not cook with aluminium pots and pans over ranges that are broader than the bottom of the pan, since they also can discolor your cookware. This is not only talking about the amount of soot which will discolor the bottom of the pan, but also, as I explained in the second tip, it will also change its color into orange or a yellowish red. Moving on, seasoning your aluminium cookware, like how we used to do with iron, will help uh, the pots and pans to last even longer. It acts as a protective step, a protective measure to ensure that at the end, the quality of food is at its best. So there are four main steps to this seasoning process. First, we should wash the new equipment, whether it's a pot or a pan, with some warm water, while scrubbing it with a soft scrubber and with some mild soap. Next, we should apply a small amount of oil to the inside of the pot or pan and heat the oil up. We should allow the pan to cool down for a few minutes and then repeat the step of applying more oil and heat for at least 2 more times. This ensures that the seasoning process is thoroughly done and the surface of the aluminum cookware can retain its color for a longer period of time.
Okay, so we move on to the next slide. It is about advantages and disadvantages. So the first advantage is it is cheaper than gas steel or ceramic counterparts. Next, it is light in weight and durable as long as it is well maintained. Last one is it can conduct the heat very well so that your food can cook very quick. Besides that, it also has several disadvantages, which is firstly, it is very soft metal and not that durable. It also has a higher risk of acquiring Alzheimer's disease. It can easily stain, especially if it is cooked with acidic foods. And lastly, it can warp if it is placed under the cold water while it is still hot from the gas range. Next, is aluminium cookware banned in Europe? Aluminium cookware has been banned in European countries because all vegetables cooked in aluminium produce hydroxide poison, which it can produce stomach and gastrointestinal troubles such as stomach ulcers and colitis. Lastly, aluminium cookware can cause health issues. According to both the Alzheimer's Association and the Alzheimer's Society Canada, there is no convincing evidence that cooking with aluminium is connected to the development of dementia, and people who have kidney disease may be more vulnerable to aluminium toxicity. I think that's all from us. With that, we thank you.